Welcome back to 101 Sports. I'm now joined by Ben Naughton and Jason Vonick, and we're here to talk NCAA college football. Guys, one of the highest profile matchups of last weekend was Arkansas going into Baton Rouge to face off against LSU. Thought it was going to be a little closer, but the 1-3 matchup turned out to be a blowout. Does this mean that LSU has what it takes to win a national title? Jason, let's start with you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've proved it. They've played 7 ranked opponents, 3 that are in the top 3, so I don't see any reason why they can't make it to 4th.
Jason, okay. It was a 3-point game when they played Alabama last.
Okay.
That's like margin of error. If one of those field goal kickers makes one, if they makes one of those 3 they miss, it's a totally different
Okay, but
ballgame.
look at what they've done at every other team. I mean, their defense is obviously amazing, but everyone overlooks their offense. They have 2 good running backs in Spencer Ware and Michael Ford, and then they're 38 points per game.
Without Garrett Lee, they take out the throwing game in the whole field. I mean,
Okay, I will give you that. The throwing game is not very flashy, but they're still throwing 20 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. They're very, very efficient.
If you stop Jordan Jefferson running, he's got to go to his arm. He hasn't proven himself
But
as a passing quarterback.
again, as I said earlier, they still have 2 good running backs.
Okay, very interesting points. Yeah, they do have a very talented offense, but the 2 quarterback thing is going to be troublesome for LSU. But you guys are talking as if we're going to see Alabama and LSU face off against each other. Not set yet, but do you think these 2 teams should be playing in the national title game?
The BCS was invented to put the 2 best teams against each other. Doesn't matter what conference they're in. Plain and simple, I think we can all agree LSU, Alabama are the 2 best teams in the nation right now.
I think we can.
I mean, there was other teams that had a chance. Oklahoma State, they blew it against Iowa State.
Right.
Oregon, blew it.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to them right now. They have completely separated themselves from the pack. The remaining 5 teams who have 0-1 losses have played 9 ranked opponents. Alabama and LSU combined have played 12. They have gone up against very difficult competition, and then they've proven that they are worthy of it. And I know that they're in the same conference, but I mean, it'd be unfair to leave either one of them out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Look, these 2 teams should be the ones playing for the national title. I completely agree with you guys. Great points. Last question. Let's take a look back at the beginning of the season. Go back to early August. Preseason polls come out. We're seeing some teams in those early polls that are nowhere even in the top 25 right now. Who was your biggest bust of this season, Jason?
Well, one of the teams that started number 6, Florida State. I mean, this was supposed to be the year that they came back and became a perennial powerhouse once again, and they didn't do that. Not only did they have a worse record in the beginning of the season last year than they did this year, but they didn't even make it in the ACC championship game. They wanted to get to the national championship, and the fact they didn't even get into their own conference championship game, it's unbelievable. They had a rough year.
All right, I'll see your Florida State. I'll raise you one more. Ohio State. The Ohio State had a disastrous season. The last time they were 6-6, 1999. They have not as worse.
They did have some tough circumstances.
Scandal aside, they have an immense amount of talent there that they weren't able to put together a couple more wins.
But you can't
make a bowl game
put
maybe.
that aside. I mean, they had a new coach, a true freshman quarterback.
It's
I mean,
still
I'm not
Ohio State.
Right.
There's 3 things that matter: Big Ten titles, national titles, and beating Michigan.
I mean,
they did neither of those.
I'm not saying that it wasn't disappointing, but the fact that they had so much to overcome, I think that what's made it.
It was definitely tough for both teams, and not a way that they would have liked to have ended the season, that's for sure. It's time for us to take our final break, but when 101 returns, Christine and I will sit down and debate whether or not Coach K is the best coach in sports today.